heart is yours. It's you that I hold on to. That's what I do. I know I was wrong, but I won't let you down. Yes, I will. I said I cried. I saw sparks. Yeah, I saw sparks. I saw sparks. Yeah, I saw sparks. Singing out loud.
I'm John. John Robson. Hi.
So where should we?
I'm glad I had my hair done.
So am I.
Have I not?
Yeah, you have. You look gorgeous. Come on. Come and sit here. All right, how was the briefing?
Oh, yeah, it was very good. But Ahmed and them just saying that they received emails, and she said.
No,
showed
Diane knew about it. She had an email, and Diane knew about it, and it was all there. And she told us that she wasn't coming because she was going to a funeral.
You know, I usually send my grand jury members WhatsApps, and this is the first time I didn't do it. And because Ahmed said to me, "Oh, I get gold," he said. So I said, "Okay." I decided not to be a girl, and now I didn't send you a message. That's why you're not there.
Oh well, whatever.
Never mind. I'll speak to them. It's not a big thing. I just want it doesn't really take very well
No, that's fine.
for them not being there.
So 2
I bet. Fabrizio's worried, I think, isn't he?
That's very worried.
That's
I
fine.
think you're right.
We'll support him.
Okay, we're not on the road.
Oh well.
Everyone knows this.
Ali, John, 1 minute. Can you get Tom?
They said they want some people in the audience first before they start.
Oh, do they?
Yeah,
They won't call people. Is that what they said?
they want some people sitting in the seats.
Just like this on the table.
How you doing? What's your name? Ali. And so I'm going to be producing the press conference in Arabic just for our own TV, which is broadcast live. So I'm going to take the protection and then
Switch my phone off.
okay. No, I'm
going on here?
One or two.
It's not a problem. They've updated it this morning. Just tell them what the distances are. And I've done a new fact sheet
I said, no,
for the riders this afternoon.
And he said, "What time?" I said, "Till 12 o'clock."
Last night I was worried because Fabrizio he came to me and said, I will not accept this ride.
But he,
there."
because we have enough, you know, and I don't need shit like that. You know, I have enough.
You commit to it. You just have to.
Yeah,
Who let him in? Who let him in?
I'm going to turn my phone on silent.
Oh God, yes, definitely.
Phone's off.
Switch it off. Because you think it's on silent and then
What do you press people have against my hands? Always gets taken away. It's my number one fan there in the audience.
I actually don't want to see the people I know. I'm going to tell Cara to
I
go.
know, I had to do this interview for them last time, you know, and I think, well, that's okay, nobody will watch that. And the guy's like, I saw your interview.
When I walked into the restaurant, a waiter said, I know you. I said, do I know you? He said, I saw you on TV.
Mike's are on.
Everybody's welcome, by the way. I know.
The last time I sat in front of an audience like this was in the autumn, and there was a flowers in front of me. I like it. With the flowers today, John.
اي اوكي خلاص بنبدا زين مال الاشاره تخلص بنبدا ولا نحن جاهزين ترى ولا نحن جاهزين هي انت يا يس
I hope this is not the interview who interviewed Major Yap.
Making a guess.
He was quite arrogant.
I'd love to have Major Yap here in my seat.
Hi, Anna. Hello. How are you? Hi. You okay? Thank you. Looking great. Should look really smart.
اوكي نحن جاهزين يا وليد على تاخذ لنا تو شوت ولا ون شوت؟
I've never have a handbag. That's why I just lost it again. It's like
نعم
radio.
اي نعم اي نعم جاهز
I never have a handbag.
يلا
I realised I lost my handbag again.
opportunity to put out a little notice.
اوكي تشوت يعني.
While I have you on.
So it's Ali.
And Caesar.
علي. مشاهدينا الكرام في كل مكان، متابعينا الاعزاء عبر قناه دبي ريسنج حول العالم، حضورنا الكريم هنا في قريه يوستن بارك هنا لمهرجان صاحب السمو الشيخ محمد بن راشد ال مكتوم القدره. نرحب بكم من خلال بدايه هذا المهرجان، من خلال المؤتمر الصحفي الذي يسبق هذا المهرجان للاعلان عن هذا المهرجان الكبير الذي يعتبر للماسترز من خلال سباقات القدرة حول العالم وخاصة الأوروبيين. هنا في يوستن بارك سوف تقام 4 سباقات على رأسها سباق 160 كيلومتر، وفي هذا المؤتمر الصحفي سوف يتم الإعلان عن هذا المهرجان من خلال هذه البداية. لذلك نرحب بجميع الحاضرين هنا، ومباشرة نبدأ معكم هذه المراسم، ونرحب كذلك بالمتابعين عبر قناة دبي ريسنج من خلال هذه المتابعات. Ali here is going to start the press conference. لذلك ننتقل بالكلمة معكم مباشرة لها لننتقل ونبدأ معكم من خلال هذا المؤتمر الصحفي الذي سيشهد الكثير والكثير من التفاصيل. نبقى معكم والكلمة.
Thank you very much. Well, everybody, welcome to Euston Park. Hope you can all hear me clearly. Welcome to Euston Park. Welcome to His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum Endurance Cup Festival and the UK Endurance Masters. Now, of course, welcome to everyone present here, but also to everyone watching around the world, because this press conference is streamed live on YouTube, Facebook, and on the Euston Park Endurance website, as well as being on the Dubai Racing channel. Now, let me introduce you to this morning's panel. We've got Tom Eaton-Evans, who is the treating veterinarian president on my left here. We've got John Robertson, of course, FEI technical delegate. Sharon Duplessis, who is the ground jury president. The event director, Nick Brooks-Ward, and then very pleased to have 2 athletes on the end there. We have Anna Williams, who, of course, leading British athlete who's competing in the 1-star, and Ellen Suhr from Norway, who'll be competing in the 2-star. So we welcome our members of the panel here this afternoon. And Nick, I'll start with you then in the middle, event director, because I know you've been working very hard to make this event a huge success. So you must be delighted with the number of entries and the number of nations that are here this weekend.
Ali, we're absolutely thrilled with the number of entries and the number of nations. This is a vision of His Highness to bring endurance to Euston Park, the home of his wonderful victory in 2012 when he became world champion. We have an unprecedented number of horses here this weekend, both in the international competitions tomorrow and also in the national competitions on Sunday. So, yeah, we're absolutely thrilled. 35 nations have entered, which is a fabulous achievement, and we are thrilled to be welcoming them here to Euston.
Not just a number of entries and nations, but the prize money in the fund is very unique, and it's a record for Europe, this event in endurance.
Very much so. The incentives that we, as the organising committee, put together are unprecedented in Europe to encourage as many eligible horses and athletes to join us here at Euston Park. And also that level of incentive has increased to the national riders. And that is also very important, because our national riders will be able to receive a £250 voucher, which they will then be able to use in any Endurance Great Britain ride next year. So that's really good for the sport in Great Britain. But also it's fabulous to showcase these incredible estates that we ride over here at Euston, along with Shadwell in Rushford and also in Elvedon as well. So there are very little roads, very few road crossings, and the parkland, it's old historic parkland, and it's beautiful in every respect, and we're thrilled to welcome so many people here.
Well, John, I'm going to be asking you about the course in just a moment, but Sharon, I'll come to you first or next. Sharon, you've been here for the last couple of years to this event at Euston Park. Firstly, you've just arrived this morning. What do you make of everything that's laid out in front of us?
I am astonished. No stone has been left untouched. The organisers really did a great job, and I'm so impressed. When I got here, I just couldn't believe what was happening here.
And as Grand Jury President, what are the challenges of having so many horses and competitors here?
Yeah, well, I'm glad you used the word challenge, because indeed we will have a big challenge on hand. The course will allow them to be in numbers. There's not a problem with that. There's wide open spaces. The start will be a mass start. The 80s and 80 kilometers will be a staggered start, which will allow the vet gate to be controlled. It will be better for us. We had to make a few logistical adjustments to the vet gate. This morning, I see they're still busy there. Everything to eliminate the chances that somebody might not get a fair and equal chance to present his horse.
All the top class facilities here at Euston Park. John, tell me about the course then. What can we expect out there?
The course at Euston Park is unique in the fact that it has many different types of terrain. We've got the sandy Breckland terrain, we've got beautiful forest tracks, and it's very, very, very varied terrain. It's a slightly undulating course. There are hills in it, but not very steep hills, and in addition we have 4 water crossings where the horses go through the water, and this always causes a great change of pace, and also it emphasises the pliability of these horses.
And from a personal note, yourself, how much are you looking forward to having an event of this scale here in the UK?
As Nick said, this has been a dream event. This is unprecedented in UK or Europe, an event of this size, and we feel we're definitely up to the challenge of it, and we're very much looking forward to it.
Right, Tom, let's talk to you about horse welfare, which is, of course, so important in endurance. And what are the measures that are put in place here for this event?
As you say, horse welfare is absolutely paramount for endurance. So it's the most important thing. We're asking a lot of these horses. In the 3-star competition, they're going over 100 miles, and we need to look after them. We have a very experienced veterinary commission. We're going to be keeping an eye, doing multiple checks on those horses during the ride, making sure that they're fit to continue. If they have any doubts at all, then the horses will be eliminated from the competition. But we're hopeful that all the riders are going to be very sensible, look after their mounts. They're all going to be well prepared. And obviously, then my role is here, just in case there's any problems, to make sure that the horses get the best possible care here on site, and then with the backup of Newmarket Equine Hospital just down the road that we can send the horses to. But I'm hoping, I've got a big international team, very experienced vets ready to go. I'm hoping we'll all sit around and do absolutely nothing tomorrow. We'll have a lovely quiet day and be able to enjoy the sport.
I'm sure you will be.
Thank you.
Nick, if you could pick up also on the horse welfare with the prize money, and the FEI Best Condition Prize is unique to this event and an important factor.
We have always, here in Euston Park, specified that all the prize money goes towards the best condition. And the best condition is run under very strict rules from the International Equestrian Federation, and it is all about exactly what it says, the best condition. So yes, we have 2 types of competition. We have the ride itself, and then those horses that finish within 1 hour come back of the leading horse are all eligible for the best condition. And they are then judged by 2 vets and 1 member of the grand jury, and they are the ones that decide the best condition. And that is all about horse management, horse welfare. And everybody who completes the ride tomorrow and passes the vet check, the final vet check in whichever distance they're in, will also receive €1,000. And that means that we are encouraging and enhancing the benefits for the Best Condition Award.
Thank you very much, Nick. Right, let's chat to some of the athletes, the competitors who are going to be getting out there this weekend. Anna, start with you. How exciting is this to have an event of this scale in the UK, and very much, I'm sure, looking forward to taking part tomorrow?
Absolutely, it's really exciting. I feel very proud as a British athlete to be here in Great Britain and to be a part of a competition such as Euston Park and the UK Endurance Masters. I think it's evident the excitement across Europe and across the world. We can see that by the number of international entries that we've got, of the people that have made that effort to come all the way over to Great Britain and to join in the ride. From my perspective, I love coming to Euston Park. It's very clear the amount of effort that the organising committee puts in. Logistically, as a rider, it makes everything very easy. We're well looked after. Everything runs very smoothly. But likewise on the track, we have a fantastic opportunity, as John and Nick were saying earlier, the countryside that we get to see, that we get to ride through. You don't have those opportunities normally, so it's really fantastic, and I feel very proud. The greatest number of British athletes I think we've ever had in an international ride.
Yeah, what does that say? You touched on the 80 UK competitors in the international rides here tomorrow. That's obviously a huge boost and positive regarding to Great Britain endurance and where the sport is.
Absolutely. I think the fact that we've got so many people in the international classes, but also, as Nick said, they're providing the opportunity for national riders to come and compete on Sunday as well. So all of us are catered for here, both international and national, and it's really exciting.
Well, let's have a word with an international rider then, Ellen Sur from Norway. Ellen, what do you make of Euston Park? And you've been here before, but the setup here this weekend.
First of all, I want to say thank you for the invitation on behalf of the Norwegian riders. We are so happy to be here. Everybody is so nice. They do everything for us. We are really happy to be here. The stables, everything is perfect.
What about the course? Have you had a chance to go out there, and what do you know about the routes and the way it's marked?
The marking is perfect, as long as I have seen. The ground is very good, and I was here for the World Championship, so I really appreciate to be back here.
Well, we wish you all the best for tomorrow. Before we leave, any questions from the floor to any members of our panel here?
Okay, it's a question for Anna. The last time we were here, you were part of a terrific Great Britain result in the one star, second, third, fourth. Are we looking to go one better this weekend? And it's presumably a resurgence in GBR form. Could we see a British winner?
Gosh, it's $1 million question, isn't it? Who is going to be coming in? I think probably from a British perspective, we've been talking about the best condition here, and I would say certainly from my opinion, my biggest aim is ensuring that my horse comes across, and I'd far rather be fighting for the coveted best condition than necessarily first over the line. It's an extra thing, it's a really nice thing for your horse and yourself to achieve, and all of your team that comes with you, but I think probably most people have their eye on the best condition and being part of that competition.
More questions? There's one more. It's a question for Nick. There's a huge number of competitors here this weekend, so clearly a very popular event, but what do you think can be done to increase the appeal of endurance racing as a spectator sport?
Well, I was asked that question when I came into endurance. Endurance is a wonderful team sport, it's a wonderful family sport. But also, it can be the most incredible spectator sport. Before I came to endurance, I was part of the organising team that delivered the Tour de France in Yorkshire in 2014. And when we looked on the cameras, we were expecting between 1 and 1.3 million people coming to Yorkshire that weekend in July 2014. When we looked on the cameras on Thursday night, we saw 4.8 million people heading towards us. We knew that we got a challenge and a success on our hands. And the difference in cycling is that you only see them go past once. In endurance, if you get the right crew points, you get the right vantage points, you can see these horses going through various different types of terrain, maybe 3, 4, 5 times. And that is our vision here at Euston, to very much focus on encouraging, enhancing, and also educating our visitors. Because I believe that endurance is a hidden gem in the International Equestrian Federation. It is the second largest discipline in the FEI, and why shouldn't we be attracting people to come and see it? But first of all, we have to make sure that they understand it, and that is the key critical message. It is all about education. Tomorrow we're going to do some guided tours for our public onto the loops, onto the crew points, and we hope that that will encourage more and spread the word. It's an organic, it has to be an organic growth, and I think we're starting, and I think it will happen. There is no doubt of that. It might take a bit of time, but it will happen.
A question for both riders. Obviously, it's one of the biggest fields assembled for an endurance event. What are the logistics as riders to overcoming that such a large field and so many runners everywhere?
I think from my perspective, unless you are aiming for one of those top positions, your tactics have to be really flexible. You can't sit the day before the ride starts and think to yourself, I'm going to head out, this is the speed I'm going to be doing, this is the position I want to be. I'm in the one star, I think we have 162 starters. Just the technicalities and the logistics of getting everybody over the line, and then ensuring that you find your crew in the crowd that are going to be at the first crew point is going to be quite difficult, quite tricky. So I think the whole process of the ride tomorrow is going to be flexibility and being able to adapt to the conditions that you find yourself in front of.
You agree with everything Anna said?
We just have to see how it goes tomorrow, and yeah, save the horses.
Save the horses. Any more questions from the floor? Brilliant. Thank you very much. Well, thank you very much to our panel, but don't forget that if you can't make it here tomorrow, and we talked about getting the general public out onto the course, of course the whole event will be streamed live on YouTube, on the Facebook and on the website. So there's plenty ways of watching all the action this weekend. But let's just end with a round of applause then for our panel and wish them all the best of luck this weekend.
So you know how much I need you, but you never even see me